two different types of mangoes. These look nothing like the mangoes back in New York.
Lately, I've been thinking about how YouTube allows me to experience all of these alternate lives that I otherwise may never have gotten the opportunity to live. Van life, living in the Alaskan frontier, an African safari. Scrolling, as it turns out, can be an amazing thing until reality sets in. Quote unquote normal life, which isn't bad necessarily, it's just not van life in Alaska wilderness. I need more inspiration. I've been feeling stuck. That's when the colorful pen purchases come in, and surely enough, creative writing follows. Morning Pages is a writing exercise from the book The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. Essentially, every morning, right when you wake up, you write whatever is on your mind. It can be gibberish. Whatever comes up, for 3 pages straight, without stopping. Apparently, you're supposed to do this before coffee or anything else. It's supposed to help you get in touch with your subconscious thoughts. So, here we are at 4 a.m. Coffee is my favorite part of my morning routine, wherever I go. That part of my schedule always stays consistent. Top it off with some fresh milk, and there you have, this is what my heaven looks like. I suppose this is the part where I get more in touch with my conscious thoughts. Though one could argue, are you truly fully conscious before that first cup of coffee? Be honest. I mean, are you even living then? I guess you could say this is me between my subconscious and conscious thoughts. Still, maybe more towards the latter end. This is when the best reflections, ideas, and creative energy surfaces. After I've purged all the surface level thoughts, this is when the real stuff comes alive. I know other people do this, but I cut my hair when I'm ready to shed my old self, literally and figuratively. In this case, I was shedding the awful seed perm I got in Korea. Never again. Also, looking like a man boy has its benefits. Less people bother you on the streets. Pretty is not always a privilege, but that's for another video. I wonder if one of the reasons that no one wants to get married or have children anymore is also because we all had really sucky parents. I mean, think about it. If you grow up in a household with sucky parents, then why would you want to raise kids of your own? It doesn't make any sense. That, and they're expensive. Get a puppy. I just never understood that. As a woman, I never once in my life wanted to aspire to get married or have children. That actually seemed like the opposite of what I wanted to do. I always wanted to travel the world and have adventures, and it always seemed like having a male partner, a husband, would only bring me down. I know there's innately you're supposed to mother and all of that, but I feel like I've evolved, and so has many other women, it seems. Why is this so confusing for everyone? Oh, this is coming up because the ocean, I love the ocean, but it reminds me of my dad. Growing up, I grew up on Long Island and also partially in a small fisherman's village in another war-torn country that was recovering at that time. We used to go fishing on the weekends. We used to go to Montauk. I don't know if it was just because he couldn't afford anything else to eat or because that was the only thing to do. I don't know exactly, but I do remember doing that and getting sun poisoning. I can't believe every time I come here, I can't believe we get to enjoy this gorgeous view, this incredible magical wonder that Mother Nature has given us. Abandoned mansion by the sea. It looks haunted. Ambitious. We are going to the market to buy some fresh mangoes. I They already moved in. They're doing laundry.
I stopped by the street market and bought these two things. That this one looks like a mango, and I looked it up, and apparently there are two different types of mangoes. These look nothing like the mangoes back in New York or the States. They're Vietnamese mangoes. It comes from central Vietnam, and this one is supposed to be sweeter. This comes from, I don't know, any part of Vietnam, but they're supposed to be really good. Let's cut them.
You may be wondering why I don't have a cutting board. Oh, it's because this Airbnb doesn't have much, and I'm working with what I got. Ooh, look at this.
Do I want to taste test now? Let me see.
Ooh, this one's lighter colored. This one's like firmer.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Oh, these look so pretty.
That one's sweeter. That one has a little bit of like a weird peppery taste, but it's softer. This is my favorite. I like this better. It's less sweet. It's almost like it's a little bit firmer. It tastes more like a mango. Do I want yogurt with this? Yeah.
Apparently this is like the yogurt around here. Here it's less sweet than like American yogurt. It's also tiny. Look how small it is. Okay.
I don't know.
Ah. Oh my God, that's so good. Oh wow. That's delicious. I don't know how else to do it. I guess I can eat the rest. I wonder if it's okay to skip. Mix them. Yum. Look how delicious. I feel like this could be a bit more aesthetic, but look how delicious that looks. Yum. Let's not get it twisted.
Yep, that was me.
Look at it.
Is it beautiful? I'm so proud of it.
Oh, it's so pretty. It's pomelo, two different types of Vietnamese mangoes, and yogurt. Wow. So this is what mangoes actually taste like.
So much better than those Trader Joe's mangoes. No offense. I could actually taste like fruit and yogurt. Okay. I hated almost everything this morning at the beach because there was litter. This makes it worth it. Even after all those people, the crowds, and the pollution, and the guy hitting on me, even after all of that, this makes it worth it. Makes it a little bit more better because I'm sort of stuck here for another month This makes me want to actually sit still and enjoy my food. I think I want more. I definitely want more. I mean, I was gonna watch something and eat, but I almost don't want to ruin the experience. Like, you know how in the States yogurt, plain yogurt, doesn't really taste like anything? And sometimes the fruit doesn't really taste like anything either? I can't even describe. I feel like for the first time in my life, I had actual yogurt. Wow. I just can't believe it. I ate all of it. All of it. Oh my God, it even smells like yogurt. I'm gonna try and do the Vietnamese way and maintain that portion because I'm feeling good. So I won't actually get more like I usually do. Instead, I'm gonna finish my coffee. I love their coffee. And watch some YouTube. I want to talk about why, whenever I watch YouTube or watch social media lately, I keep on thinking about how I'm able to live all of these other lives that I potentially couldn't live, like van life, living in a van, traveling the US and the 50 states. I've done kind of a version of that, but one day I would love to just live in a van for a year or two and just visit everywhere. I've done SUV life. I haven't officially done van life, but those things cost like 250K plus one day. But I'm watching all of these van lifers, and it's a way of living that life without actually doing it and physically living it. And there's also different people who live in the PNW, and I'm watching some of their content, hiking on amazing mountaintops and driving to Alaska whenever they want to, people who live in Alaska, all of these different lives, and people who live in New York City. And I've done kind of I've lived in New York City, but I have never lived in Alaska. And I've kind of lived in the PNW. But anyway, the point is, I sort of get to live 15 different lives in one day if I want to, just by watching these videos and just by going on social media and looking at their content. Granted, I'm not actually physically there, but it reminded me of the Sylvia Plath quote about just sitting there and seeing a fig tree and all of these different figs, and all of these different figs are different lives. Like one life would be traveling the world, and another fig representing another life would be to become an Olympian. Another fig is just like an average white picket fence with family. Another, she becomes a professor. So she sees all of these other options, but meanwhile, as she's deciding, she took too long. So then all of the figs dry up, turn black, and fall. And she's still there, waiting to decide. And it's kind of sad because she never got to actually live any of those lives at the same time. I mean, my version is she did get to sort of experience it a little bit, she saw all her options. So maybe in the age of social media, it's a little bit different. I mean, is that a bad thing? I am a proponent of going and living your life. It's just decisions are nice sometimes. That's where I am right now. And I think that's also part of the reason I decided to travel full time and spend longer, few months in different countries and different parts of the world to really experience what it's like to live there instead of going there just for a few days for vacation. And it's different. It's different. Like I'm staying in Da Nang, and the first, if I just come for vacation, I would have just stayed in a hotel, and it was amazing. That's what I did for a week. And now it's been a month, and I got an Airbnb in a little bit more of a residential area, and I'm sort of getting to know the locals. And it's not all sunshine and rainbows. I'm finding, the beach is great, but one example is what they don't tell you is that it seems pristine when tourists walk it during the day because in the morning, before the sun comes up, the tide washes away all of the garbage and the locals throw the garbage into the ocean. I've seen it. So by the time dawn comes and the sun comes up, the beach looks pristine, but it's actually like there was garbage in the water and there are now like people swimming in the water and it's gross. And I just saw like a baby going to the bathroom and its parents like didn't give it a diaper, so it's just wandering around and going to the bathroom and in the ocean. That's why I don't go in the ocean. And things like that are gross. And people cut in front of you in line and think that's okay. Some people, it happens a lot. I guess that's considered normal here. I hope that's changing a little bit. It seems like it is. But just like manners, And like random men, why does everyone stare at you? I wasn't even wearing anything revealing. They just stare at you. And so if you stare back, this guy ended up hitting on me. If you stare back, they think you're interested and they'll come up to you and ask you if you speak English and if they can contact you. And I was like, no. And this guy's like, do you speak English? I'm like, well, obviously that's what I'm speaking to you. I think English wasn't his first language either, but just things like that are pissing me off. At the same time, the mangoes are fresh. The yogurt actually tastes like yogurt. Not all of the food, like I've heard stories about rancid meat, so I wouldn't eat meat here, but like the coffee's amazing. Pros and cons. I'm trying to enjoy the process because it's about the process. All right, let's go live some lives on YouTube. I hope this helps someone.